Good afternoon, my fellow Americans and my unfortunate sheeple. Oh, I'm sorry. It is wokies now. It feels so good to be back right now. No one really understands. YouTube held me down for about 2 years after that stuff I posted about Bill Gates. Now, I know that if you follow the channel, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you don't. That's fine either way. So I had some very outlandish views on Biden, Harris, and Bill Gates. And out of all three of those big timers, you would think that it would have been the first one that got me, but it was the Bill Gates video that got me about him wanting to nuclear winter the world. Yeah, that's what got me booted roughly about 2 years ago. I did fight YouTube and I did win. Thank you for all the support, by the way. I would also just like to go ahead and start off with the circus that is happening out there is absolutely insane. And I can't help to call it a circus because all it is clowns. That's all I'm seeing out there. But I will say one thing. Don't vote on your Republican. Don't vote on your Democrat. Vote on your policies. Now, I will have to say, when it comes to the presidential candidate, man, it's pretty much hands down that we want to make America great again. I mean, it's who we are. It's what we do. But I can't believe what I've seen. By the way, like, how are you all liking the cost of meat right now? Like, all of you Bidenomics, like, how are you liking the cost of meat right now? See, that's really, I can't get over the fact that you're even going to entertain another 4 years of this, because the very woman that's running is claiming that Bidenomics worked. And also open the borders, which has the illegal immigrants in here and the fentanyl and the rape and all. Anyway, we know what happened. So the thing is that I'm glad to be back, and I wanted to say hello to everyone and that I've missed all of you. Apparently a lot have changed. Sheeple makes me feel like an old man, because now it's wokies or lefties or righties, or everybody's got what is it they call it now? Pronouns. Yeah, the him, her, they, this, that. Fucking idiots. Anyway, I'm noticing a lot of things going on in the news. I'm noticing that, a lot of people that did vote for, let's call it the blue banner, they're not so happy anymore. And another thing I would like to touch on here, and I feel real bad, for this category. A lot of these transgendered right now, and I want to point out right now that I could give a shit less who or what you are. If you feel that you're a cat that needs a cat box in a bathroom, whatever, just make a different bathroom, man. If I catch you in there, doing that crap with my kids, we all know how it's going to happen on this end. So, this is a non-stop moronithon. Either way, see, I'm getting off track again. It doesn't matter to me what you want to be. But even I'm seeing in the transgender community, I've spoke with a couple of transgenders, and they literally cried to me about how they can't believe they let them talk them into getting this surgery and paying for it in the beginning and all of the medications. And it's a real sad thing. Like, if anyone should be worried, anyone with a child in this country should be shitting bricks right now, because today's the day. Today's the day that the Democrats are watching those polls. The race car, I didn't get to see it myself. Apparently there was a Formula One race, and a news company or a media corporation put out pre-polling saying that Harris had won it, and their backlash to that was insane. But their retort to that is that they were just running to make sure that they were able to use that program and that the test numbers were all correct. Me personally, I think that's bullshit. We know what they did with the last one. They did that just to see whether or not they could get away with it, because, I mean, let's face it, man, that guy doesn't know where the hell he's at. Like, he was like, I'm president? Well, hell, I thought I was Congress. President's even better. Yeah, nobody released that video. Yeah, there was one. Nobody. I mean, I can't say nobody did. I don't know, but man, I just hope that everybody is wide awake. Your eyes are opening, and you're seeing what's happening. And again, like I said, as far as presidential goes, like, man, you don't have to like who they are. Like, Trump derangement syndrome. Like, are you guys kidding me? I mean, anyway, it's not a question who needs to be our leader in chief. Okay, it's just not a question. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, you guys really don't need to vote Democrat or Republican. You need to vote policy. You need to vote what is for the people. That's where everybody is getting this confused. This is almost like Hollyweird. This is almost like a show. Like, it's like a reality show. Oh man, I like him better, so let's put him in office. When the hell did that start? I like him better? When did policy not start meaning a shit until after you elected the idiots that were completely and 110% against what you dislike, or for what you dislike? It's vote policy. That's number one. Well, it's number two, because like I said, we all know who needs to be the president. That's not a question. I mean, first a dementia patient, and then now we're going to put a certified prostitute. Like, are you kidding me? Where the fuck? Put RuPaul in office at that point. Like, I mean, at least there's a purpose to be served by that cross-dresser. My hat is off to RuPaul, actually. There was never pushing. You see, that's another thing, with RuPaul, that is specifically, I don't mean to name drop anybody, and I'm sorry for, calling anybody out. I'm not trying to, but he did it right. He did his cross-dressing thing. He didn't give a shit, and he did his show, but he wasn't a pusher. You see, now all we have is pushers. Push this agenda, push that agenda, push this narrative, push that narrative. He wasn't. He did not do that. So, they've got you focusing on all of this crazy shit. I know the hat's a little nuts. They got you focusing on all of this crazy shit. And you really need to be focused on policies, who China has in their pocket, who Korea has in their pocket, we know Russia. Now we're talking Ukraine. NATO's getting involved. It's just, they're wanting you to see all this. And what's with Hunter Biden walking free? What's with that? Like, there are plenty of people are going to jail right now for defending themselves against these illegals that are infiltrating our country. And they're going to jail. Like, they are coming in their homes and trying to rape their wives and their kids and kill them and take anything they can, rape and pillage. And these people are to be let free. And the gentlemen and the women and the men and the women that are standing for themselves, they're going to jail. Like, they want you to look at all this. You guys need to. It's policy. I know I can't keep saying it enough. It's policy. But I'm just really glad to be back, and I've got a lot of things on my mind. I've got a lot of videos that are going to be coming out right now. It just so happens, funnily enough, that I think it was last week, I got the email that I was able to go ahead and restart again, which greatly surprised me, because I really didn't think I was going to win that battle. Like, I didn't think I was going to win that race, because I'm not a crook. But I did, and I'm very happy that I did. But anyway, the case of the matter here is that I've been wanting to post for a while, but I wasn't willing to change the name or the content of the channel. As I said in the opening video, this channel may be for you and it may not be for you, but everything boils down to one thing with me, and that is the right, the light. And number one being God. Number two, right there behind it, is our guns and Constitution. Everyone knows that about me. It's no secret. I am just the Constitution. If we don't have that, we don't have anything. So, our amendments, our Constitution, our articles, they're all, they're very important. And everyone should remember that a lot of people fought for that. But the other thing is a lot of people died for us to be able to stand there and say, nah, man, we don't want it that way. And for someone to take what you want out from underneath of you, that should shake your pillar, because it shakes mine and it doesn't even belong to me. Like, I'm not even your neighbor. We're not even in the same state, but I still feel what's happening. They're taking homes from people. It's so far out there. And these other agendas that they have is just utterly ridiculous, because these agendas are no less than radical. And I mean, the fact that these agendas have their hand in these politicians' pockets, and these politicians, this is the scarier part, the politicians have their hands in the agenda's pocket. See, that's the other thing. But while we're all focusing on this circus, nobody's paying attention to the real situation at hand. And I'm sorry that I'm 12 minutes into the video, but my true lovers and followers are still here and listening. Ladies and gentlemen, the stock market. I'm going to abbreviate a couple: BL, SS, NF, all these companies. They are withholding 85% of all of the corporations in the world. No one, especially in the United States, but no, they're world. That's why they're called the World Economic Forum. But anyway, so as you take a look away from the circus with all of the nice lights and fancy dressed men and fancy dressed non-binary. It sounds like a drunk person talking to me, so I don't drink, so I don't really understand. I don't speak, what do y'all call it, drunkenese? No, I speak 3 languages. I speak English, I speak bad English, and then I speak smokinese. That's it. I don't do nothing else. I can't understand it. Anyway, you guys really need to be paying attention to that as well, taking your eyes away from the circus with all of the glitter and the agendas. Now, I'm not telling you to take your eyes off of the agendas, because those are going to have a significant role in playing as why one person gets elected and why doesn't one. So, we already know that if the blue banner takes it, well, that's what they did, is they took it, they stole it. First time in history, they locked the doors and boarded the windows up to count ballots. Why that wasn't, and I use this term literally, burnt to the ground, I have no idea. Fuck a witch hunt. You know she's in there, he's in there, burn it to the ground. You're going to get him. So I'm not inciting that. I'm just saying, get who's responsible. So back to agenda policies, and of course and I know the stock market is ridiculous to even talk about when you bring up politicians. Like, the illegalness of that is just beyond me, and how they're just like, nah, GameStop, nah, we were going to do. It was just a movement of touchness on that point. But insider trading, really? Like, that's where we're at now? Like, first, we all knew that you had big pharma in your pocket. You will eventually get big marijuana in your pocket, if you haven't already. I mean, let's be honest. You guys are like 3 years ahead of the money game. You're not intelligent whatsoever. And at this point, I don't know how everyone is. I mean, I have got a lot of feedback, but I don't know how everyone is just not in a complete uproar over the price of gas, the price of food. Let's just talk about food alone. And the fact that all of this other money is being sent to other countries, and they're building, like they put up the wall after they called Trump an insurrectionist for wanting to put up a wall along the border. They built an entire gated community, 1.8 miles circular, in a just circling the Capitol. Like, what? You guys had it from day one, man. Like, you had it from day one. And of course the blue team, the blue banner, they're all for it. No, man, that was legit. We did that straight up. Nobody. All right, whatever. And of course the red banner knows. They're standing over there looking like the 45th president, greatest president in history. And he lost to a Waverly Hills patient. I mean, and then he comes out with even more radical that Miss Harris is his VP. Just months ago, prior to that, they were arguing, and he was like, well, she's just a dumb, I don't use slang, so it's a person of ethnic color. And I was like, so he's a racist bigot, she's a stupid prostitute with a few other names, and now they're in bed together? Like, dude, that was 4 years ago. Here we are, like, to the day. Literally to the day. Here I am. So I hope everybody gets this video. I hope it shares. I hope it goes completely fucking insane over the internet. Everybody watches it. I know there's people voting, have been. They're at the polls. They're lined up. Dude, get your ballots in. Get your ballots in. Presidential, it's no question. Red team, ooh, ah. As far as everything else goes, for God's sakes, vote policy. Vote policy. But I just want to point out the fact that as far as presidentially, Donald J. Trump has been the most progressive and the most fearless president that we have had. We were good with North Korea. Like, he stepped onto North Korea and had a very civil conversation with Kim Jong-un. And he came back, and we were cool. We were cool with North Korea. I probably should have started the video out with that now that I'm thinking about it. But, like I said, policy, man. And, but again, for presidential, for chief and leader and staff, there's no question who that needs to be. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's real funny that they put an age cap on it from like 36, I think it was. Now you have to be over 55. And I'm like, so you guys are purposely putting retirees in here? Nah, man, I'll tell you right now, it costs $2,500 to get your name on the ballot. And trust me when I tell you, when the people stand up and appeal that age limit, I promise you're going to see my name on that ballot. I'm going to let that shit out. I don't care who knows it. I probably will not win. I will get laughed out. Really, I don't care, because I'm going to put on that ballot. Because those who do not try do not ever know whether they will win or lose. It's not a question of an end game at that point. It's a question of whether or not you will win or you will lose. But if you don't try, you'll never even be able to talk about it. Not even, I was standing at the starting line. Nothing. So, I would like to go ahead and finish this up. I don't like my videos being much longer than 20 minutes because I don't try to tie everybody up with that type of viewing. But I do just want to say that it is very imperative that everyone do the right thing. It is very imperative that everyone vote policy other than the presidential, and it's hands down. Everybody just needs to vote Republican because it's the best thing for us. It's the best thing for everyone, even the ones who don't think that it's good for them and they hate that man. You need to go ahead and make sure that you still vote how you're going to vote, and make sure that that vote is going to be Republican. Okay? So, and that, no, I'm not listening to that anymore. Yeah, no. So I'm going to tell you right now, is music. I just wanted to take that out because I noticed it could be seen, and no, I'm not being told, it's not even on. But the music got me sidetracked because now I feel that I'm ending my video up, and I'm feeling that I really need to express, and I do need to express that we need to care about our country, because I'm going to tell you something. Those of you out there that do not like that man, he cares about how your neighborhood looks. He cares that you get an education. He cares that you get your education safely. And he cares that the parents have given enough of a thought to vote in the right direction to give their kids safety in schools, safety in public. And as far as the tariffs that he wanted to place on John Deere, yeah, you guys can get mad about that all you want, but all he was trying to do is keep those jobs in America so you still had a job and tax revenue to make this place better. He wasn't doing it so Joe Blow, Farmer Joe over here would go and raise the cost of corn. That's not why he did it. That's what John Deere is going to make them do, and then try to blame it on him. No. He's just trying to keep people in the jobs in America, because they can go anywhere else and pay them $5 a day to make these tractors. Exact same specs, exact same factories, just people who know that $5 a day to them is... So, no, tariffs, I think he should line everybody with them, because that means they have to stay in the country. That means people like you and me and your neighbor and the guy down the road can go to work in these factories for a decent wage, a living wage. Remember that, because the time now, we're here. It's the day. It's the day. And I purposely waited for today to launch this video, because I don't know how many people are going to look back on this and be like, damn it. And there may be none. Good luck and God bless to you all. You all are always in my thoughts and prayers. And remember, it goes a lot like this: God, guns, and freedom. And it goes in that order, because without the first, can't have the second. Without the second, can't have the third. And without the first, we're all nothing. God bless everybody. Please stay safe. Please vote correctly. And please vote policy. Much love to America. Trump, baby. I'm waiting to see it.